Welcome back to the Watch Shed. I'm just going to keep going with the Watch Shed regardless of the channel name. So I've got a watching for review today that is from my own personal collection right now. Orient Saturation Diver 300 meter sat diver. It is on wrist because I'm just really enjoying wearing it right now. So it's a Gen 1 as far as I can tell. The model number, that's a good question. The model number, somebody out there screaming at me for not providing a model number. It will be in the description by now. I'm not going to try to do it, but there you go. It is a beast of a watch. So apparently pretty hard to come by these days. I was lucky enough to pick it up locally as part of a group package of watches that I purchased from another enthusiast who was looking to downsize. So I'm pretty stoked about the watch. It came with the divers, sort of diver style rubber, vulcanized rubber. It's pretty supple, pretty soft, wears comfortably. It is a large watch. We will get into the dimensions here now. Yep. I get a better angle of it. I realized that I cleaned up my shed during the weekend, and right here normally is where I have sort of the wood pile up to put the watches on. Now I'm going to get that set up. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, when you gotta make something, you just gotta make it and make do, I guess. So, when I bought the watch came without its factory case box. I believe if you research this watch online, you will find that it came with a box and a spring bar removal tool. Looked like pretty decent quality spring bar removal tool. The seller for me did not have that type of stuff. The watch had been in his collection for quite some time. So, I really wanted to have a watch box for it that suited it. I had been thinking about selling this. I think I'm holding off on that at this point. So, I wanted to get a kit together. So, I found someone selling some Pelican cases. So, there you go. Full on, all authentic Pelican micro case series. And there we go. Found some cutout foam, not memory foam, it's rigid foam. And just made it so to carry strap. The watch head goes there. I take the strap off and fit the strap there. So it's still a work in process. It needs some sort of glue or something to hold that foam in at the top. So I cut it out, and the watch fits in there quite nicely. There you go. But obviously I want it without the strap on it, so I put the strap over here with the metal strap. So it has metal strap. Pretty basic metal strap from Orient there. You know, it is solid links, and it is a two-piece, so it looks like 3 sections across, but it only pivots at the single pivot point there. It does have the diver's extension. You can see it in operation there, similar to, I guess, the ones we've seen on Seiko Marine Masters. So it just ratchets. That's your adjusting. Your micro adjust is awesome. It you know, that's a load of micro adjust right there. So right now I am trying to keep the bracelet a little bit keep it in decent condition. So right now I've been wearing it mostly on some sort of aftermarket strap. Right now it's on the Orient aftermarket strap. So there it is. Sorry. Orient. There you go. Orient on the end of it. Orient inside here. Here's the case back. A little bit mangy. A little bit mangy from me wearing it recently. So there you go, Orient. Great case back. The pressing there and the logo in the middle is decent. The lettering on the outside. Typical for Orient. Seems a little light. I wish it was deeper, in hopes that it would last longer. A sign crown. Orient sign crown. There you go. Drilled or pierced lugs. Well, the dimensions on this thing, it's 47 millimeters across, so not exactly small. It is 55 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. It is a whopping 18 millimeters thick, so definitely not a small watch. It does wear very large on the wrist, I have to admit to it. The 55 millimeters lug tip to lug tip is what really does it. So when it's on my wrist, here you go, it really does spread right across my 7.5-inch wrist. It's really as much as I would ever want to wear, I think. It's quite a hunk of steel metal on your wrist. So it is 316L stainless steel, as is typical of pretty much every watch today. 120 click unidirectional dive bezel. It is definitely so I'm under the impression the watch is a number of years old. It's in pretty decent shape. The bezel, let's see, it's not quite the most audible click. I don't know if that's a result of its age or use or grime or dirt underneath it. It was very clean when I bought it. So I'm leaning towards it not being dirt or grime underneath the bezel. The bezel edge is quite tactile, so there's no issues. Let's see, I zoom in a little bit. There you go. So that's quite the deep ridge cut in the edge of that bezel. There is zero issues, or there are zero issues, sorry, grabbing the edge of that bezel and adjusting the watch. Alignment is, I've always considered it to be perfect. There is a bit of distortion. I'm not sure if that's light. I think it's light when the crystal. So it's a sapphire crystal, but I'm pretty sure it's a flat boxed sapphire crystal with zero dome inside or outside. I may be wrong on that from what I can find on it. This is not hacking or able to be self-wound. You cannot wind it. It's a fully automatic watch with I'm not able to wind it. It doesn't hack. The crown is out to the first position here. Nothing happens, no winding. It's a function of the movement. First position is the date. So you see the date window there at the 9. Very unique to this one. So date movement. Let's see. There you go. The date is moving, and it moves every like half turn of the crown. I think it feels like half turn, maybe quarter turn as a date. It does toggle through the date very quickly, I've noticed. And so, yep, final second position outside is the hands. So there you go. So big fans of the power reserve. There's a lot of fans out there of power reserve indicators on the dial. Orient pretty much does it at the 1 o'clock position here. You see that power reserve window is now showing, just under 30, probably about 25 hours power reserve. Yeah, so the watch, you can't wind it, and it's not hackable. It's pulled all the way out here now. It's just ticking away. It is keeping about plus 10 minus, I think it was like plus 10 the last time I checked. So I'm just using an app on my phone and trying to time it. So I think it was like plus 10 seconds a day right now. Orient there at the 6. So because of the power reserve and the date complication on the dial, I do like the Orient, the logo and stuff there at the 6. So you got the 300-meter diver. I'm going to put the watch down and zoom in this way. Let's do this. There we go. Let's see. So the Orient logo at the 6. Orient automatic 300-meter. Yep. The date window isn't exactly the largest date window. It's not boxed out, but it is legible, easily legible during the day. And speaking of things other than the day, the loom is very serious. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a go. The loom. How about if I shut the shed door? So you can see right there. So it's got a loom pip and then all indices hands. So all hands, the hour, minute, and seconds hands are all loomed. Force my camera phone there to give you a bit of the loom. So yeah, there we go. Hit it again. Hey, little plug for PowerTech. There you go, PowerTech. Absolutely phenomenal light. This is again something I've had for a while. PowerTech sent that in. Awesome light if you're in the market for a tactical light. PowerTech, get the name. Yep. So the watch overall is a chunky monkey. It wears very large on wrist all around. Those dimensions again are 47 by 55 by 18. There isn't much curvature to the case, only slight curvature of the main case to the lugs, but the case back is very thick, and it protrudes and sits on the wrist, and you know it stands up on your wrist. That watch is definitely standing tall. So Orient Satur, I gotta try not to say Orient Defender. I don't know why that's stuck in my head this morning. Orient Saturation Diver, 300 meters. This is the Gen 1. The hands on this one, if you were just looking at a picture or getting a quick picture of it, Orient made most of them with the black dial, black bezel insert. The bezel insert is aluminum, I think. I did not check that before I did the video. Again, you can count on me for mediocre watch reviews. Very cool watch. Orient made the 2nd gen with a different set of hands that look more like the Orient Ray and the Komatsu. It's sort of an arrow. Gen 1, 1500. Then this morning there was another one for like $19.99, so $1,900, just shy of $2,000. If you wanted something similar, very close, actually probably a little smaller, probably a little bit more palatable, check out the Orient Triton. There was another one. Orient Triton. I'll put it up here now shortly, right here. Besides the Triton, 200 meters, most of the looks with slightly smaller dimensions. I think just more manageable on wrist for an everyday wear. Man, Triton knows, my goodness. Orient knows how to do it. I've really come to respect the Orient brand. I had a Komatsu before, regret selling it. I've been trying to get it back. A red Orient Komatsu. And sold it for a steal of a deal. I think it was like $175. Right now I can't find one for less than $250 on Kijiji and so on. So I've been trying to buy it back from the other owner. Orient doing a great job with watches. Komatsu and this Saturation Diver have both been great watches. I really enjoyed them. So there you go. Orient. I can't get away from saying Defender. Orient Saturation Diver Gen 1. That's a 300-meter diver. There you go. Mediocre watches. No, sorry, mediocre watch review. The watches are awesome. I'm just a crap reviewer. Here you go. I just did all my outro. Thought I was recording, and I wasn't. This is awesome. So again, what I was saying was you can count on the Watch Shed here for mediocre watch reviews and production quality, and I proved it. I wasn't even running the camera while I was doing my outro monologue. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm soon going to have to give this up because this is complete crap. Please find another channel to watch. Rest in peace, Andy Hunter, Adrikos. He always said, just find another channel. You shouldn't be here at all. And I agree, you should not be here. All 715 subscribers. Yesterday was 716, today 715. So somebody got smart and left. Be smart like that person and leave also, because this is complete crap. I gotta give this crap up.